I'm Batman. Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the SH Figuarts Dark Knight movie series, Batman. A lot of things going through my mind when I'm looking at this figure. I am a huge Batman fan. I've always loved the character ever since watching Batman the animated series as a kid. And that has not been shown on this channel so far, because I don't buy any American figures outside of TMNT. I'm all about the SH Figuarts, the Figmas, etc. But now, we have this. I mean, we had the Injustice Batman, which was kind of meh. And I have some Playouts Kai Batman figures, but nothing has really come up from Japan for Batman collectors. So I'm super excited for this one. 3 words. Attention to detail. I went back and looked up some pictures because I was like, you know what? It's been a long time since you watched the movies, and you really want to have a good look at all the detail in the suit and how well they did. I can tell you, they did pretty well. Where are the drugs? I'm sorry, those violent outbursts, they might happen more often during this review. First of all, I'm going to have a look at the size of this guy. He stands to the top of his ears, 16 centimeters. If we're just going to the top of its head, it's a little under 15.5 centimeters. So we're moving around in the area of 6 inches and a little under 6.5, depending on where you're looking, head or ears. I mean, I said something about the detail, and we're starting off right here at his face. All I can say is absolutely flawless. These digital printer thingies, it's been hit and miss for some of them. Honestly, sometimes the detail looks kind of wonky, but for his face and all the lines in the mask, it's perfect. It looks like it does in the movie. And we're going down to the neck. They didn't leave any free space on the neck either. As you can tell, there's all the armor detail going down to the spine. You have the Cavalier theme going on all throughout the body with the armor on top of it. You have a very good metallic paint job over here in the chest. I don't know though, you can argue about that it's a little bit too bright. Overall, for the figure it looks nice. Personally, I don't mind it as long as it looks good. And even the spikes here, you know, there's a thing with that with toys. They usually round that. These things look pretty sharp, and they are. So another thing about the detail, there's a lot more going on actually at the crotch piece over here in the movie. But once again, I feel like you have to make some cuts if you want to make something that looks good but still has some articulation. What I do not like is this piece though. I need to check if I can take that off before I break it off, because you guys love it when I break stuff, right? I'll get so much flack for that. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I don't need to talk about all the things that went into this, because you can see. That's why I'm really taking my time, going slowly, spinning this guy around, and letting you see all of it, because there is a lot. So just take it in. Just take it in. Everything is completely molded. You have an entire Cavalier theme going over the body with the armor on top of it, just like it looked in the movie. I'm actually going to start off the articulation a little bit different with the cape. As you can tell, it is completely cloth, and as such, the articulation is not really there. The only thing you can really do with that is put wires in it. And for the record, for your information, there's 4. You have 2 on the sides and 2 in the middle, one over here, clearly shown by the wrinkles in the cape. So you can move that around and pose it. Now, I'm not gonna judge that, but a lot of people are like, always plastic capes are preferred, which you could pull ball joints in because the wires are kind of wonky, and over time, if you change it around too much, it's not gonna line up very well anymore. To me personally, I just think the cape is a little bit too big. I don't want any fancy position. I just want it behind him and not really in the way, and it's kind of always sticking out also like that. So I don't know, it really takes some playing around with it. if you want to get the pose you desire. The head is on a ball joint into pack combination, which gets some decent motion out of it. You have still a lot of room going around, wiggle motion back and forth. The neck, as far as I can tell, does not move around. I mean, I tried it gently, and it doesn't really budge, so I'm thinking there's nothing in there. Maybe it's stuck. Just let me know if you know anything there. We have the shoulder pad on a little ball joint hinge combination. It moves with the shoulder naturally, and then it just pops off. But there's the thing in it. There you have the ball joint on a small little hinge. I like that it moves naturally. That's like one of the biggest things that always annoys me when you, with your arm, would put this up and then you tuck this in place and blah, blah, blah. Before you can do a natural movement, this moves with it. The shoulder itself, you have a butterfly joint, so you can bring it forward. You can rotate it around. You have this floaty piece in there to cover it up nicely. And of course you have a big hinge to bring it up, which is not the cleanest conversion, but once again you have all this Kevlar over there. So stuff like that will stick out. I can't really blame them for that. You have the double hinged elbow and the classic cut ball joint on the fist. It rotates around and has some back and forth motion. Not the greatest on this one, but once again, looks... The chest piece on mine is fairly stiff, so I don't know if you can get some more out of it. I don't think so. It goes back and forth just a little bit, side to side, and gaps start to show up, so it's not the most effective. Also, it doesn't really rotate around because of all the armor over there. And down at the hips, it's pretty much the same. It has some wiggle motion, but back and forth, it's not the greatest. The legs are pretty classic SH Figuarts style. You have a bit of a gap, though, in there. I don't know why they didn't fill that up. With the recent one, you always had something to cover that up. Anyhow, the leg goes out all the way, almost all the way up to the side. You can bring it up fairly nicely for some kicking poses. And it goes back, but gets blocked by the butt, as usual. It's also one of these you can pull out, get some more articulation out of it, and tuck it back in for a better look. You also have a thigh swivel going on up here. You have the double hinged knees, and the foot is kind of limited. I don't really know. I think it has an ankle rocker. It might just be pegged in like a ball, but I can't really tell. Overall, it's not the greatest, and you have a toe hinge. Now, as far as accessories go, you have one different hat with a smiling face. It's really something I would not expect from a Batman figure, but I guess, whatever. If I had to make one face, though, I would probably make like a gritting teeth or a little bit more angry or brooding. Well, he already has like a brooding face. I guess that works. You have two batarangs. One is upside down. They look exactly the same, though. They're nice and metallic, also. Very good paint job. You have the two open hands. Well, one completely open hand. One more for the weapon with the trigger finger. And one more closed one, and this one which is just hanging around over here. Never mind. That's another one for the weapon. And I guess the one with the fingers are probably better to pose with the batarangs. I'm gonna try that out at the end. And on the other side we have the bomb gun. Very nicely detailed. Look at all the tiny screws in there. Wow. Grappling gun, and the same set of hands. For the right side, open, trigger finger. More closed holding hands, and another one with a trigger finger. These two are for the batarangs. I tried it out. I mean, you can also casually hold the gun, but it's clearly indicated for the thumb and the fingers being closer together compared to all the other ones. And this one, you just kind of tuck it in there. Other than that. And there you go. They have your batarang hands. And that, my friends, brings me to the final thoughts of this figure. What do I think about this Batman? First of all, the good. The look is absolutely amazing. This will shine on your shelf, no matter what you do with it. And that's really the best thing about this figure. The look. They captured so well, and all this detail, paint job, everything is top notch. However, the articulation is kind of meh, hindered at some points. It's still nothing bad, but I've seen better. And the cape kind of does what it wants, and that's really it. So basically, this might not be the best articulated Batman, but it's definitely the best looking one in this scale, if you ask me. That being said, I recommend this guy. I'm absolutely happy with how he came out, because I had some reservations and I wasn't really sure about it. SH Figuarts, sometimes their pictures, they need to hire a better photographer, honestly. Anyhow, as usual guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like, and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Batman wants. And then this falls off. Damn it!